Tensor. Is the Tensor Foundation in trouble? It may be. There's been some really big news that's come out that initially really caused a massive price surge, and I actually think long term this is more problematic than it is positive. We're going to dive into what's exactly happened and take a look at what the long-term view of the Tensor Foundation now is. Trading volume is through the roof on this one, so we're going to dive into what news has caused all of this. Before I get into it though, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. These were cryptos that I expected were going to do very, very well, which is obviously why I showed myself buying them. These were their prices when I recorded my videos, the highs that they hit in the last bull cycle, and the profits you'd have made from 100 into each. If you'd have done that for every single one, that would have been a $2,600 investment that would have made you over 123 grand in the last bull cycle. It only took about 15 months, 16 months. But you don't have that long. We're in a bull cycle right now. If you've got coins you're not happy with, fix it. If you don't know where to begin, get onto copymycrypto.com/YouTube. This is the special offer that I run right now for my YouTube followers. You get full access to my site, full membership to my site for half price, and there is a 60-day money-back guarantee. On the site, I share with my members the cryptos I own. Whenever I find any coin that I think can do very, very well, like many of these, I jump onto my site, tell my members about the coin, the reasons I think it can do well, and the price I'll be buying at. I do the same when I sell, so there's no work for my members. If you go onto my site, you will see some of the profits my members have made. You will see some of the successes that led to those profits, whether it is a meme coin that my members and I held for a couple of weeks that did over 300x, whether it is Phantom, which myself, my members, we got in at half a cent. It went up to 346. That's just shy of 700 times our investment. A bunch of my members became millionaires from that one alone. And again, this is all public record, so you can verify it. And if you like what you see and you want to find out the coins that are going to be the winners in this bull cycle, all you got to do that is join up on the site. Now, Tensor. So I want to show a couple of bits. So Tensor's been around a while. They launched back in May, very high price, sort of $2.50 odd. When on day of listing, it did go, I think it pretty much tumbled. Like it went as high as $2.45 and then has fallen off a cliff. Now, look, market cap right now is 52 mil. You can see a little spike here, and over the last sort of couple of days, it had a really big spike where it went from like 3.6 cents all the way over 30 cents, like a massive, massive spike. Basically 1,000%, right? And you're probably going, Jesus, it did 1,000%. Something great must have happened. Not necessarily. So I'm going to explain. So Tensor stands out as a player in the crypto landscape within Solana. Tensor is a foundation that empowers community-led governance over its protocols. They foster the growth of the Tensor DAO and the broader Tensor ecosystem. The foundation support both Tensor and Vector protocols, which are essentially trading infrastructures for NFTs on Solana and tokens across multiple chains. So the NFT marketplace launched in 2022, became very dominant on Solana, capturing around 60 to 70% of the market share. Vector, which is another key component, is a leading social trading app in the crypto space. Within just 3 months of its launch, they'd achieved an impressive $7.5 billion in annualized volume, attracted 20,000 daily active users. The app generates $75 million annually in fees, half of which bolsters the Tensor treasury. So the Tensor token plays a crucial role in governance, with 50% of protocol fees from Tensor and Vector accruing to its treasury. This structure supports the Foundation's grants program, which aims to increase the adoption of Tensor protocols. So Ilya Moishevs serves as the CEO, steering Tensor's strategic direction. Now, it is worth noting a couple of things. Richard Wu is the other founder, by the way. So Right, let's dive into it. So there was Solana had a significant spike in NFT marketplace trading volume, and that you would think could have been the news, but it isn't. So look, Coinbase are buying Vector. They're buying the Vector platform. Now, as we said, Vector is the on-chain trading platform that was built by Tensor. So Vector's team and the underlying technology are going to be absorbed into Coinbase's consumer trading division. Once it's integrated, the team will focus on supporting newly issued Solana assets, improving order routing across the Solana ecosystem, and strengthening the infrastructure. So Vector's standalone apps will be phased out following the acquisition. The Tensor Foundation, which oversees the Tensor NFT marketplace and its token, will remain independent. So effectively, Coinbase have gone, we're buying Vector from Tensor, and you can carry on running Tensor as you see fit. You can carry on running the Tensor token as you see fit, the Tensor NFT marketplace as you see fit, but we're taking Vector. This integration is part of a broader initiative to build an everything exchange, combining centralized order books with native support for on-chain trading. And as Solana's DEX ecosystem expands, users have increasingly demanded faster token listings. So this can help with faster token listings, of course. The infrastructure is designed for Solana's performance environment, offering fast execution across AMMs and DEXs. So the timing is strategic. Solana's cumulative DEX volume surpassed $1 trillion this year, driven by a mix of institutional inflows, etc. So by integrating Vector, Coinbase is ensuring that it stays aligned with one of the fastest growing ecosystems in crypto. Now, this is a big step for Coinbase. They have been doing a few acquisitions as of late, but this one's a big one. And Vector's mobile and desktop apps will wind down once the transaction is finalized, with users transition towards Coinbase's trading products. And then all that's left really for Tensor is the NFT marketplace. So we can have a look at Tensor Trade. This is the NFT marketplace. Look, the reality is I am not bullish on NFTs. I'm just not. Right? If we are looking at overall what Tensor is now, Tensor is simply an NFT marketplace, right? Tensor protocols are critical trading infrastructure for NFTs built on Solana. Vector protocols are critical trading infrastructures for tokens. Tokens are more important than NFTs right now. NFTs are pictures, man. I mean, we're starting to see some evolution in NFTs, but they're miles away from what they need to be. Interest isn't there right now, and maybe we will see these sporadic surges of like buying for NFTs. But all in all, most people aren't interested in NFTs. There's a few people out there that love NFTs, and there's a lot of like pro trade, and a few people that pro traders at pro NFT traders. But all in all, the appeal isn't there. And Tensor have effectively sold probably their strongest they've sold their strongest asset. I don't think the NFT marketplace is the strongest asset. I think it's the weakest asset of the two. Vector was better. So losing that is massive. I think this is the beginning of Tensor slowly dying. We have to hear from Tensor about how they are now going to change things. Because they've now got to pivot hugely. Because they've lost their trading. They've lost their actual asset trading. NFT infrastructure is not enough to keep this going. So something new has to arrive. So next, there needs to be something massive happen. So Tensor Foundation acquired the Tensor Marketplace and Tensorians from Tensor Labs. Part of the deal is aligning incentives long term. 100% of the marketplace fees now go to the Tensor Treasury. All lab and founders invested tokens will be burnt. That's a good sign. So maybe that was part of the pump as well. 21.6% of the supply completely burnt. Founders are relocking vested tokens for 3 more years. So that's a good step. That's definitely a good step. Maybe that caused the price surge as well. Because make no mistake about it, volume was outstanding. Yeah, went from like 7 million, average of 5, 6, 7 million a day to 1 billion, right? Maybe that caused a ton of excitement, but man, there needs to be some massive changes now. Because I think they've sold their strongest asset. So my honest concerns about Tensor is it slowly dies because of this. I think if you're gonna sell the marketplace. And there's a reason Coinbase didn't buy the marketplace. They didn't want it. They wanted Vector because Vector's the tokens. The tokens matter. If I was a holder, I'd be quite concerned about this personally. But I am really interested to hear what people think about this. Do you think? Because look, if they create a very solid roadmap for how things are going to evolve now, great. They've clearly got ideas for the tokenomics, and they've already put them into place. That's a good sign. But there needs to be some, it can't just be an NFT marketplace. The interest isn't there right now, and I don't think the interest is going to come back for NFTs for a while. My personal perspective, of course. I could be completely wrong. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And guys, we're in a bull cycle. If you're sitting on coins you're not happy with, cryptos that are not performing, you've got to get it fixed. If you don't know where to begin, get onto copymycrypto.com/YouTube. This is the special offer I'm running right now for my YouTube followers. You get full access to my site, full membership to my site for half price, and there is a 60-day money-back guarantee. On the site, I share with my members all the coins I own. Whenever I find any crypto that I think can do very, very well, I jump onto my site, tell my members about the crypto, the reasons it can do well, and the price I'll buy at. I do the same when I sell, so there's no work for my members. They're in and out of coins, same price as me, so they make the same profit. Go onto the site, read through it all. On there you'll see profits made by my members like Phantom. Phantom, in the last bull cycle, we got in at 0.5 cent. It went up to $3.46. A bunch of my members became millionaires from that one alone. This is all public record. You can verify it all. And if you like what you see and you want to find out cryptos that are going to be the winners in this bull cycle, you want to find out about those coins, all you got to do to find out is join up on the site. And if you do, I'll see you there. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Bye-bye. Just shy of 700 times.